Hey, it's Lori Alvarez, and I have been getting text message and calls and Lori, what's going on? What's happening with the real estate market? What should I do? That is a fantastic question, right? Fantastic question. And I wish I had that awesome crystal ball that said, like, all is well and we're gonna be great. But the reality is, I don't have that crystal ball, right? And neither does anyone else. No one else has the crystal ball. We're all just working from what I believe is professionals. I've got some professional feedback I'll give you on what their perspective of the real estate market is doing. And then I'll just give you my gut reaction, right? Because I'm a gut girl. I work from my gut. And then I talk to a lot of really informed people that are very active in the business. And then I have some great conversations to help me figure out what makes best sense. So let me give you a little 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago when I sat down with a seller and I said, hey, we're going to get your house on the market. We're going to do this. We're going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to make it look fantastic. And you're going to be sold in 1 weekend. That was what it was 3 weeks ago. 100%. Like my properties were boom, boom, boom. Today, guess what? Sellers are still putting their houses on the market. That's the truth. Is it as many sellers? For sure, no way, right? And are there as many buyers as there was 3 weeks ago? You bet they are. But are they out there buying? No, they're not. And that's the truth. Who is out buying? The serious ones. It's like Christmas almost all over again. I'm kind of excited because I feel like it's a Christmas market. Only the serious sellers are out and only the serious buyers are out. And yes, the buyers are out. Don't think they're not out. All of my properties that normally would have been sold in 72 hours, they're on the market, they're available, and they're being shown. So here are some of my observations of what's happening, okay? Just my observation. Take it for what it's worth. And realtors seem to be confused on whether or not they can show a property. Realtors seem to be uncertain on whether or not they should show a property, okay? That's fair enough. It was kind of all over the place, right? We didn't know if we were essential or not. And then we became declared essential. Thank goodness. Because there are realtors that need to be out there helping their clients maneuver this market. Because this market is different than the last one. What was the last one? The last crash, guess what it was? It was induced by the real estate market. Like the real estate market and the lenders out there, they all like went crazy. The whole market was crazy and pop, that happened because of what was happening, right? This one, don't compare it to that one. Very, very different. This one happened because of a virus. We didn't create the problem. The realtors and the lenders didn't create the problem. I actually think the realtors and the lenders are trying their best, intending to do their best to help people make their way through this market. Because let me tell you what's most challenging right now is those sellers who got caught right as it hit. Right? Those sellers that were supposed to close days before it was supposed to happen, boom, COVID-19 happened. And so those sellers got the brunt of the buyer who was just about to close on their house or was 2 weeks out from closing on their house, and guess what happened? They lost their job. They lost their income. So those buyers and those sellers, boom, mess. It's ugly. I feel for those. I have one of my own that's going through that right now. Right? Now, everyone that's stepping out to the market, they're aware. They're being safe. They're being very realistic about what's happening. And I even believe that they're not being insensitive to it. Like they're aware, right? Here's the deal, guys. Inventory is super tight, super tight. I can tell you in San Dimas, we only have 26 houses for sale. And the last one that came on the market was 3 days ago. Prior to that, it was 8 days. So what does that tell you? Well, let me give you a reality. Back in 2011, we had 101 houses for sale in San Dimas. Today, 26. 26. Now, let's be reasonable. Probably coronavirus is going to be with us for a good 6, 7, or 8 more weeks. It's just the reality of what's been happening. And so I share with you, in 8 weeks, what's going to happen? Inventory is going to increase. But is it going to increase to 101 properties? By far. No, I don't see that happening at all. But I could be wrong. I'm just a realtor. But I'm going to tell you, I don't see that happening, right? I do see an increase in inventory. I do see people saying, you know what? I didn't like being stuck in this house for 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 12 weeks straight. And I want a different life opportunity. I want to live my life differently. So I see a lot of big decisions happening in the next 6 months. I see a lot of active inventory coming in the next 6 months. I see a presidential election happening pretty darn shortly, right? So does that impact the market? You better believe it impacts the market for sure. And we'll see how impactful it is depending on what happens during this time of coronavirus, right? So, should you buy is the big question. If your life requires it right now, darn, you are going to get a rockin' house for an amazing interest rate, which means you're going to get more house for your money. So should you? Well, I'm a realtor. Of course, I'm going to say yeah, right? I'm a realtor. But the truth is, the interest rates are phenomenal. Now, are they as low as you think they are? No, they're not as low as you think they are. And yet, the interest rates are still historically low. So go talk to a lender right now if you don't want to believe the realtor. Because the lender's going to tell you, you're going to get a lot of house for a lot of money. And guess what happens when the market shifts, right? And inventory increases? What happens? Well, prices go down, of course. That's what happens. And inflation goes up, right? Everything goes up. So if you buy a house right now, right? You secure your mortgage payment for the next 30 years. You secure your mortgage payment. Tell me this, if you're renting right now, how secure are you in your monthly rent payment? How secure are you that that owner of that house doesn't say, you know what? I need to liquidate. I'm the heck out of here. Sorry, tenant. Make your way out. I'm giving you notice, right? Security is in your home. Do you not see it? I hope so. You're encouraged to be home right now, to be safe right now. So make it your home. Stop giving your money to someone else when it's your home. You are safe and sound in your home, not someone else's. One of my clients, I love what she just said. Literally, she just closed and just made her first mortgage payment. And you know what she said? She said, I'm going to give her a big high five. Natalie Simons, she just bought her first house over in Realty, California. Congratulations, Natalie. We loved helping your family. And you know what she just said to us? She said, I just made my first mortgage payment and I loved making it. It's a much better feeling than paying rent. Knowing my hard-earned money is not being thrown away because it's her investment. It's her house, right? It's her safety and security. So if your job is secure as it can be, right? We don't know what's going to happen ever, right? But the reality is if your job is considered secure, even essential, right? Then you have income. And if you can qualify for a home loan, you can buy a whole heck of a lot of house right now for a lot less money. Now, if you came to me and said, hey, I'm a cash investor, do you think I should buy a property? Well, I don't know. If you're a cash investor, the houses will probably be worth a little less money next year, right? Because inventory is going to increase. And as inventory increases, prices do slowly depreciate. It's just what happens. It's the truth of the market. So I don't understand why you're waiting. If you've got a secure job and you've just been quarantined to stay in your house, why aren't you staying in something that belongs to you? Why are you staying in someone else's house? Make it your home sweet home, not anyone else's. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to me at all. You can buy a house right now at a fantastic price. Right now, because there's so little buyers out right now, you don't have competition. So guess what? You can write an offer that's likely to get accepted rather than countered. Does that make sense? Because when you have a few offers on the table, guess what? A few offers allow for you to pay just a couple bucks more. No big deal in the long term of the loan. And yet such an opportunity right now if you want to buy a house. Interest rates are phenomenal. The market is not crashing because of the cause of real estate. The market isn't even crashing. It's actually stalling is what we're calling it. It's slowing. So guess what? It brings balance. It's actually helping us right now. It's a benefit. And yes, people are still selling. People are still buying. We're being safe. We're being cautious. We're making right decisions. We're doing all the necessary precautions to keep everyone healthy. We're using footies. We're disinfecting. We're offering virtual tours. We're doing it all. We're doing exactly what is needed to get a home sold in a safe, professional manner. We're helping families make the right decision for them in this moment. It's the truth, right? They say right now, the short-term disruption in the real estate market is unprecedented, but the long-term viability of the economy is not, right? And that's George McBride. He's the chief analyst of Bankrate, right? That's what he's saying. One of the big wigs, right? Yeah, people are losing jobs, so they're not buying a house right now, for sure. But there's still so many that are still out there employed, working hard, that can and will buy a house right now. For the ones that have lost their jobs or the ones that are behind now on their mortgage payment, they're going to recover. We're praying for them. They're going to recover. And if they don't, their houses will come on the market, unfortunately. And there'll be a reason for it, right? There'll be a reason for it. Yeah, the market is changing. The market is shifting. Right now, I see a stalling in the real estate market. And yet, I still see buyers out there buying. I just did a FaceTime walkthrough with a buyer who's not even my buyer, but their agent, for whatever reason, won't go show the property. So they called me direct and said, can you help me see this property? And I said, absolutely. Absolutely, they need a home. I am going to do what is necessary to help them. And it doesn't mean that I need to represent them. Their agent can contact me. I'm good, but I want them to get in that house and see that house in the safest, healthiest way to support all parties. Because that's what we're doing right now. That's what's necessary to successfully help the people who need to move, who want to move. Do you love being quarantined where you're at? Does it make sense in your life? Is it where you want to be? I'm sure it's the thing you're contemplating for the next 90 days. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of people say, I'm the heck out of California in 90 days. They're like, I am ready to move on with my life, to live out my life of design, not my life of default, right? That's what people are doing. It makes sense for you. What else do we have, right? Here's the other thing. Another note, right? Another item to note is Ali Wolf, the chief economist with Myers Research. He says the good news is we, the real estate market, we aren't the cause of it. Like I told you in the beginning, we aren't the cause of this challenge right now in the real estate market, right? The cause and the breakdown is because we are just another one of the industries that was caught in the crossfire. So many industries. Why we had so many transactions that were just about to close that didn't go to close and are now back on the market because they were caught in the crossfire. People lost jobs, and soon they'll be back to work. Prayerfully, they'll be back to work, right? It's just the truth. And I'll tell you this right now, sellers are more motivated than ever to get their house sold. They want out. They want to sell. If you are on the market during coronavirus, you want your house sold. You don't want to sit and wait for buyers to think about it. You want a committed, ready to go buyer who says, yes, this is my time to buy my house. That's the truth. That's what sellers want right now. And they're willing to work with you to make it happen. So what are you waiting for? Be healthy and safe. If you're sick, don't go out. Of course not. And if you can do it virtually, fantastic. We'll do it virtually for you, right? It's possible. You can do it. You may have picked your girlfriend online, right? And then you got to know them. Same thing with a house. And that's a lifetime decision as well. Sometimes houses stick along longer than spouses, right? It's a truth. So I'm just telling you, things are happening right now in the market. So I don't know what you're watching on the news because I'm not a fan of the news. If I want to know what's happening with the World Health Organization is who I check in with for coronavirus. If I want to know what's happening with regards to the real estate market, I check in with my professionals that I quoted here, right? Those who I check in. And then I'm in the heartbeat of it because I am helping my clients make wise decisions. I am. And I'm talking to the realtors, and I'm talking to the buyers, and I'm talking with the sellers, and we're still moving. Is it as quick? No. Are interest rates phenomenal? Yes. Will it shift? Who knows? Will the market come down? Potentially. Likely that we'll see a soft, slow decline in pricing. And again, my reminder to you is interest rates are phenomenal, as one of my amazing lenders told me, so just buy a house. Buy the home that you want to be quarantined in. Why are you hanging out in a house that's not yours? Right? It just doesn't make sense. I'm just telling you. Like my client said, she feels good to be making her payment to her future retirement, not someone else's. Not someone else's. So I would just encourage you right now, with all of everything that's happening, you look at your calendar, you look at your timeline, you look at your life personally. I can't tell you what to do for your situation specifically because I haven't sat down and had a conversation with you. I did a virtual conversation with a seller this weekend. It was fantastic. We sat down, we had a conversation via Zoom. We talked about everything that they needed to know to get ready to come on the market. And they will come on the market. We had that calendar talk. We talked about when does it make best sense for them to move. And then seasonally, what makes sense for me to move on the calendar, right? If you need that kind of knowledge and information and expertise, call me. I will do that with you. I'll do it FaceTime, I'll do it Zoom, I'll do it whatever works best for you. Whatever makes best sense for you. Because my fiduciary duty is to you, not to me. It's to you. My job is to help you make the best qualified, informed decision. Yeah, the market's going to go down. It is. It's just going to happen. How much? Who knows? Is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 going to make that big a difference on your payment? For sure not. Talk to your lender. They'll tell you that. Will the interest rates rise? Potentially. That'll make a bigger difference on your payment than my price decrease. I'm just telling you guys, if you want to move, move. If it makes sense for you in your life, move. If it doesn't, it's not the time. Stay safe at home and pray for everyone else because we're moving. No matter what anyone else says out there, real estate is still moving. And I am still working. I hope this helps you. If you need more detailed information to your specific situation, call me, text me, email me, Facebook me, whatever works best for you. I'm on all of them and I check them all kind of regularly. Otherwise, you can just reach out to me at 909-227-4196. I've got all my properties, virtual tours galore, because I was doing virtual tours, live tours of my properties before it was required, because I love being on camera, right? I'm here to help. I'm Lori Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in. Share this forward. We offer only hope and inspiration here. If you haven't listened to my podcast yet, just put together my newest one, Real Estate with Soul, and it's all about Regina Trammell. She shares how to be mindful and quiet and calm during intense times like this. So listen in, download it, subscribe to it. It's a great resource. It's for buyers and sellers who are thinking about what do I do next. It's fantastic. Again, thank you. You can check us out at lorialvarez.net. We've got all our virtual tours there. If you want to see a property virtually with a Q&A session, I'd be glad to go out to my property and walk you through it virtually and open all the cabinets and answer all your questions. I'm doing what's necessary and safe and healthy to help my clients win in this market. Thanks again. I'm Lori Alvarez. Be blessed.